Um, let's have a look. So two tickers, I basically looked at them today for the very first time. On the right, we have DFS, and on the left, we have AA. And I must say that out of these two, just from a general first glance, the DFS ticker looks very bullish to me. So it looks like we've previously this year broken and flipped that 126 level into a support. So of course, anything is possible, but the way that I was seeing this, I did a little bit of research before the stream, is that this may be on its way to 170 bucks. So we can take a look on the lower time frames and see if there's indeed a way to get there. So I'll go on the lower time frame here, and I'll go on extended trading hours, and we can kind of monitor from here. I'm just gonna put a resistance around 149.6. I think that's going to be an important level where we want to get above in order to really create some more upside potential and some bullish momentum. And as long as we stay below it, I'm basically gonna hold off for this. So people in the chat, please let me know if you're able to hear me and to see the screen here properly. That's gonna help out a lot. Then on AA, this stock is a little bit of a different story. So we're not trading at all-time highs, but if I'm just kind of zooming out here on the bigger picture on the monthly time frame, there is definitely some room to the upside here for this one as well. So I want to put some levels of resistance at 45 and at 56. Let's go to the lower time frames here and see what kind of an earnings move we're getting. But overall, most things in the stock market look bullish, and AA and DFS definitely have some potential. So let's just monitor here on a lower time frame some moves. So one thing that we could be looking for example, is a clean break for DFS above 149.6, and then seeing that red level flip into a support level before going into the 150s. So let's actually zoom in on these lower, so on the lower time frames here, and have a look. And then for AA, let's see if we can maybe come back down and test this 42.2 level, 42.19 level in a support level here. So it seems to me like that's been the level earlier today. Basically all day we've been coming up and hitting resistance at 42.19. So we want to see actually that the price comes back down and that we consolidate here and make another higher low from that level. Obviously, with earnings, a lot can happen very quickly. So we might as well break down. Actually, let me go to the earnings calendar here as well, just to see if we're missing anything. DFS was on here. AA I didn't even see. Maybe we'll have a look at CSX as well. So we'll put in a third chart here. So we have AA, DFS, and let's see, that was CSX. Let's have a look at that as well. That's supposed to have their earnings as well at the moment. So let's go to extended trading hours. And that's kind of what I thought that so if we just go to the earnings calendar website, just the NASDAQ one here, you'll able to see every single day what has its earnings, after hours, and then with the moon symbol here. And if just to filter this by market cap, it's clear that CSX, I don't know what this company does. I have no idea, but it seems to be the one with the largest market cap. So I just want to zoom out here for a second and kind of find some very good support levels at some point if we would come down that I would personally be interested. Let's have a look if we can have anything more here. Maybe there's going to be a level at 31.63 there. Let's have a look on the 1 hour time frame and the lower time frame. So with these kinds of these earnings moves to the downside or to the upside, right? Just from experience, I can tell you that typically if it's sending down immediately, it's not immediately a good buy. So you want to make sure that you're prepared with support levels from lower down so that you can structurally look to play your plan from your level of interest. So a large and a big mistake is to come to a chart to see that something is selling off drastically and to just say, well, let me jump in long. That's definitely not a profitable trading strategy. So I'm just going to keep these three on my chart here, and let's put in some volume here as well, because if we're going to sustainably break some levels, for example, here on AA, we want to see some volume there as well, not just that we immediately flip back below. So let's put in some volume and see if there's anything significant. So it looks like most of the volume here on AA came in immediately before the close, and this is all very, very little volume at the moment. That is typically what you see after the first few candles, that the volume dies down and that the price really moves very, very easily. So this is something to, for example, like what I would keep on my watch list. It's very, very simple. I'm just seeing what has earnings, what is moving, and over the next few days, can we actually come down lower to my level of support, and can I then find a good long position that bounces back up? That's typically how I go about my business for the stock market to get new ideas. So how do I get new ideas? Well, it's as simple as looking at the earnings calendar, and then over time you kind of get a lot of names on your watch list that you can monitor. Looks like we had a lot of volume coming in at the close for basically everything, and that so far it's nothing drastically yet. Right. And below us here, so if DFS sells off further, I have my first level at 144. This white line here, that's 144. We'll see if that can provide a reaction. In AA, let's zoom out here for a moment. So if we're just gonna keep hitting resistance at 42.19, then it's gonna be a matter of looking below us at support. And I would be taking a look there at 40.17 if in case this sells off drastically further. Same exact scenario, just can it come to support and then bounce from it? For example, tomorrow in the morning when there's a lot of trading volume and it's basically better conditions to take an active trade. Now, I know some of the analysts, they will run you over the earnings. That's not what I do. I'm just here to look at the tickers and to give you guys the levels and some insights, maybe to put some of these levels, these supports on your own chart. So for CSX, I have 31.63. For DFS, I have 144. And for AA, I have 40.17 here as just the first three supports that would become relevant if we sell off further. Really seems that 42.19 level is a difficult level to get and break above. So on the 5-minute time frame, you can see that there's one candlestick that closed above. If we move up to a higher time frame on the 15-minute, you can see that on the 15-minute there's no single time frame, so no candlestick yet that closed above that level. So for example, what you could look at maybe tomorrow during regular trading hours is a 15-minute candlestick closure at the very least above 42.19 and then playing the simple break and retest for higher prices. I'll actually keep all three of these stickers on my watch list. So that's kind of my suggestion in order to avoid a lot of fake outs. You want to kick it up a time frame. The lower the time frame you go, the more times you'll see that you basically get fake outs, and the higher the time frame, the confirmation you wait for, the more certain things become, or the more probable things become. So I'll definitely put some alerts here above 42.19 to let me know if we're coming close there. And also put some alerts here at my support, so 40.17 could become relevant. Good. So just making use of alerts instead of orders is a good tip that then you can calmly just come to your chart. You know that prices come to where you want it to come, not just doing business randomly all day. Let's see, do we have anything else? So CSX, Kinder Morgan, INC. Let's take a quick look at that as well. KMI. Well, just for now, switch, or actually we can put in a 4 chart. That's gonna be the max though. So we have AA, DFS, CSX, and let's take a look at KMI as well. So KMI, Kinder Morgan. Let's go on a low time frame and see if there's some earnings volatility here. That's looking like well, a little bit of a sell-off here first. So the first thing I want to do is go to a higher time frame and find some good levels of support. So even though on the 5-minute time frame that looked bearish, right? On the weekly time frame, you can see that this is actually a very bullish chart that has been going up for many weeks, just straight in one straight line. So this seems to be the stock here out of the 4 with the most amount of general bullish momentum together with DFS. I'll have a level at 23.06. I'll have a level at 22.34, and way down lower, I'll have a level at $18.36. And this here, so KMI, I'll definitely put that on my watch list. That looks like an interesting and trending stock. So on pullbacks, we can, and that's going to be, well, it's going to be a coaching section and premium section kind of ordeal there, but we'll be looking to swing trade that after it comes to a good level of support and proves to us that it's going to hold there. So if you want kind of a sneak peek of some levels where we'll probably play from, that's going to be either 23.06, 22.34, or if it does not hold these two levels, it's probably going to be from way down lower below $20 at 18.36. Good. Let me just check the chat if there's any questions so far. What's up, Porter? What's up, Dick? What's up, everybody? So this is interesting to me as well. Let me just put some alerts in the vicinity of my levels, such a way that I can just calmly come and check if those levels are actually going to hold and provide an opportunity, or whether we're just going to simply drop to the next one below us. I just want to zoom out for a moment more. So bigger picture, what would I be looking at? Well, a pullback to one of these white lines to then run back to the high. So a target all the way at 27.33. That seems very reachable to me. It looks like we're actually on our way to 27.33. So earnings volatility or anything aside, that green line, that's where we're going. And if the market pulls back, it just means that the percentage move to the upside will be better, right? Actually, out of everything I've seen from these 4 different things, Kinder Morgan here, KMI, seems to be one of the most playable. Well, let me put in some volume here as well, kind of see how many of these shares are exchanging hands. Actually, not that many at all after the close, about 13K shares, 15,000 shares, $25 a share. That's not that much. Let's see. Do we have some clear resistance today? Let's see. So $25 there is seems to be the level where we couldn't get above right today. So I'll just put a level there and put an alert there as well, because at some point I may imagine that if this thing gets back above $25.06, that we can kind of get something like this going, where it starts to trend up to 27.33. So if I were to have to give basically a pass on any of these 4, it would be KMI. but not from here. I would like to see it trade down to my white levels below us here. That's ideal. Would be ideal. Um, mm, 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 mm. Good. Kind of just a typical thing, right? Get earnings and some things just crap sideways. Basically, AA and DFS, the two tickers which were listed, they're basically the ones going sideways and a bit crabby, but it's CSX and KMI where the direction is a bit more clear, at least short term. Seems to be heading down more. All right. You have a quick look at these earnings things here. So AA was actually on there, but that is one of the lower market cap tickers for the day. So KMI and CSX, the two bigger market cap tickers that have their earnings after hours. If I had to put two on my watch list, those would be the two. And DFS and AA actually way less. It's just a completely different ball game of volume and liquidity, and I would choose the two ones here on the right as my two fighters if I'd have to pick some. Very, very interesting. So I'm just gonna make sure to have these two at least on there. CSX as well. There, good. Is there anything else to say apart from just kind of have a very good last look at all the levels here on the chart? Make sure to be prepared, have them on there as well if you want. Wish I could say more, but there is not much more to say. Good. Maybe we can do a quick last one and have a look at Crown Castle as well, CCI, because DFS and AA they can basically go at this point. CCI, let's have a look. First thing, I want to have a look on the larger time frames. That's actually not looking bad at all for Crown Castle. What a chart! What a chart! That's beautiful. That looks like a bullish chart. Let's have a look. This would have some potential. So Crown Castle, I'm also going to put that on my watch list. And really, it's just a matter of checking out the companies that have the highest market cap. Those are typically going to be the cleaner and the cleanest trade setups, or like they're going to lead to the cleanest trade setups. So CCI, KMI, and CSX, those can be added for the days and weeks to come for kind of swing trading ideas. Let's see. So I would like to see CCI get above its monthly open here at 119.2. Let's see on the 1 minute or on the 5 minute time frame if we're anywhere close. Not really, right? Do we have extend the trading hours on here? So yeah, this is as simple as basically putting an alert at 119.2. Again, give that a name. Taking the monthly green. That can be my alert name. So I know that once my alert goes off, that's on a monthly time frame perspective, we go from a bearish monthly candlestick in October to a bullish one. And if it flips to bullish, I'll look for a trade setup that takes us into a higher level, such as 150. So the move from 120 to 150 is maybe something very playable for CCI. That is going to look like a very good monthly candlestick and that is if we flip it green. If we don't flip it green, it's kind of needless to state that it remains red and that we might get a pullback below us here. So if I'm just going to put in one level, it's going to be at 101.25 there. Yeah. And And you can kind of just, for the people who are in my coaching, you will understand, right? Big fair value gap, and then they come back, test the bottom of a fair value gap, leaves behind another fair value gap. So it wouldn't be asking for much to come and fill that and then to make the push from there. So 101.25, right? Actually, as I'm looking at it, I'll be very likely posting a swing trading setup on this tomorrow in my coaching group. So for the people who are in there, you can expect CCI. That's something which we're gonna make some money on. Do you have the time to take a quick look at M? Sir, I will have a quick look at M, but also here, let's see that looks like AA is all of a sudden breaking out in a God candle. That is something to keep on our radar, but and some volume coming in, right? 11,000 shares, that's something, but my God, they're the way that this candlestick moves, just leaving behind like 20-cent increments at once, that is really indicative of a low market cap thing. So if you were, example, to press the market buy button here on this with any kind of size, then they're basically going to let you buy somewhere at the top of that green candle. That's how that works. So let's take a look at M though. Before I do, just want to make triple check that CCI is on my watch list, that CSX is on my watch list, and that KMI is on my watch list as well. That's great. Those are some good ones. Sure, let's take a look at M. What is that? Macy's. I thought I remembered that ticker. What do we think about this? Well, it doesn't look horrible, but there's definitely some more interesting charts in the market than Macy's. I would say. Even though, let's have a look. I mean, if you're going to get back below 1451, so that would be a clear cutoff point. If you are, say, for example, you asked a question because you're long, look, 1449, I wouldn't want to get back below that. Then at that point, it likely comes to 1178 thick. And to the upside, you would want to see basically a monthly candle closure above 1965 to really signify that this has way higher to go. That's an interesting move here on the chart to the left. So all of a sudden, 20 minutes after the close, I think probably some report comes in, and it looks like we're making our way to the red line here, which is that high on the weekly time frame. Good, that's a beautiful candlestick. So let's see, Macy's, 1449, we wouldn't want to get back below that. As long as it stays above 1449, I would basically, well, like cautiously optimistic that this is able to push back up to 19.6. If it closes above that, then we're really gaming, and then we're looking to go back to let's say 26 or so. So a lot of risk if you get below 14.5 for Macy's. You can kind of see that Macy's has already moved from the red line to the orange line here a couple of times, like it's nothing. So 1, 2, 3 times. So you do not want to get caught here at the wrong side of things. So if you get below 14.49, I would look 20% lower. From here, it looks fine, right? It looks okay, but this is definitely not the best chart that I've seen in the market. There's way better. So money in this is not necessarily money not well spent, but I think there's an opportunity cost to everything, right? There's a cost to being in something because then your money cannot work for you somewhere else. That's really my issue with Macy's, is that it's not Bitcoin, right? It's not Bitcoin. It's not your blue chip Apple or Meta. It's something different. I would actually have to do a little bit more research about Macy's. Like, questions to ask myself is like, does it pay a dividend? I immediately say that, okay, it does pay a dividend. What is that dividend? Looks like that's 17 cents. 17 cents on let's see, on a sub $17 asset. So okay, that's 1% per dividend payout. How many times a year do you get a dividend payout? Like there's multiple things, of course, to take into consideration, but just from a trades perspective, I understand why you asked the question. Probably you're looking on the daily time frame and you're seeing the break, a little bit of a breakout here. I mean, yeah, that's looking good. That 1449 level, by all means, you want to stay above that. Hope that helps you, Thick. Mr. Duco, you say, sorry, didn't see the stream. Listened a bit ago. No problem at all, sir. We've been going on for about half an hour. I'm filling in for Bull. We've been taking a look at many different tickers, such as CCI and CSX and KMI. None of these are worthy to take any positions on at the moment, but we definitely went over some levels and placed some alerts, and you can expect some swing trades on some of these new tickers over the next coming days or weeks. Mr. Duco and everybody else, of course. Good. Let's take a look at Crown Castle here on the low time frame again, but I think it was nothing, right? Just a lot of nothing. So we'll have to wait for us to come to these orange lines. I'll place some alerts there once again, just in the vicinity, knowing if we get there. Actually, I'll put on a sneaky alert at 1178 also for Macy's. Maybe at some point in the future, maybe next year, who knows? We break down and we get there, and then maybe I'll be interested to pick up a position. Yeah. Okay, good, perfect. I think in the immediate short term, there's not much more to say. So I guess we can call it here. You get hopefully some a good idea of some new tickers to put on your watch list and some levels. I would say the cleanest things that I've seen are Crown Castle. So basically the three tickers, CSX, KMI, and CCI, the three ones with the highest market cap, right? 68 billion, I believe that is. 55 and 48 billion. That is already serious. Good. Well, there you go, guys, ladies, gentlemen. I'll see you guys tomorrow as well. Of course, I have the same deal tomorrow, but I believe that tomorrow, right, we'll be taking a look at something more interesting. It's not Netflix. That's pre-market, but we'll take a look at ISRG tomorrow, and we'll figure out what else has a good market cap to keep on our watch. I'll make sure to provide some good updates there tomorrow as well, to come with some new things, and maybe by tomorrow, maybe who knows, we will have traded ourselves already in a position on one of these stickers. Maybe something like this here, KMI. If this can get a good push down, let's actually see. If I click on earnings, it tells me red and red, so it seems to be below estimates here. That's fine. That can then come to support and bounce back up, because ultimately, right, just remind ourselves, this KMI stuff is going to $27, and the road there can be very rocky, but no matter the earnings report here, that's where ultimately we'll want to go. Good. That's really going to be it though for me today. My voice is getting cracked up and tired, but let's just want to make sure that you guys have your alerts 2306 and 2234 there on KMI. Keep a very close eye on that tomorrow, and if that just does not hold and we get below it, be prepared to play there at 1836, just to be very specific with things. That's where you'll be able to expect a reaction. Of course, I'll be on this myself as well and updating as we go. Have a nice evening as well, Tick, and everybody else. Let's see who is still in here. Nikki, Tick, Coyote, Porter, GW, Clam, Duco, and Max. I appreciate your time, champions. I hope it was well spent here tonight with or the afternoon here with me. So have a very good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.